Hello, students. This this is a brief lesson on what I call the white notes in first position. Now, let me explain this. What I'm talking about is, if you look at the piano, you've got the white keys. Okay, so these are the white keys. These are actually just the white key notes in first position. You know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? Okay, and not necessarily in that order. That's one thing. So that's what I'm going to call it, the white notes. I can't call it the C scale because because of the way we're doing it, we're not going to start on the note C. We're not going to play a C scale, but we could. But we could also play several different modes depending on where we start. As we're going to start with it, just as an example, we're going to start with an open E string, the sixth string. And as we play these white notes across there, we're going to be playing the Phrygian mode. Okay, so more than you want to know. I know, but that's why I can't call it the C scale or anything in particular. And it doesn't matter to call it the Phrygian mode because at this moment you don't know what that is. It is, though, the mode that flamenco guitarists use a lot to play. So we'll cover that maybe in a different video. So anyway, and the second thing would be we work in positions, okay, on the guitar. So if my first finger is on the first fret, I'm in first position, and these fingers basically take up successive frets as you go up. Second finger's on the second fret, third's on the third, fourth is on the fourth. So that's first position. Now, however, because I'm a little quirky as a teacher, I call it open position because I'm actually going to play open notes. So if I use the open strings like this down here, I call it the open position. If I was really in first position, I'm not going to play any open notes. So to get down to the brass tacks of what we're talking about here, let's get over here like this. Okay, you have to memorize this pattern. Okay, it's sixth string open. Sixth string first fret, third fret. Notice I'm using first finger on the first fret, third finger on the third fret. So the pattern on the sixth string is open, 1, 3. Now, string 6 and string 1 are both E's. Okay? So, therefore, the pattern on string 1 is also open, 1, and 3. Okay? So, we've done 2 strings. Let's check your math skills. You've got 6 strings. We've memorized 2 of them. How many do you have left? The correct answer is 4. Okay, very good. Now, the pattern on string 5 is open 2 and 3. The pattern on string 4 is also open 2 and 3. Now, if we've covered the chromatic scale, you may remember that the third string was the one string that had it had 5 notes counting open. So open 1, 2, 3, 4 on every single string, except the third string only had 4 notes. It had open 1, 2, and 3, but all the others had open 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, now we have worked our way across. Sixth string open, 1, 3. Fifth string open, 2, 3. Fourth string open, 2, 3. Third string is open and 2. And then your second string is open 1 and 3. And the first string, which we've already talked about, is open 1 and 3. So, that is the notes in what I call open position. Very important scale to get. we will actually, as we work through the scale patterns, that's going to be for a long time the only open scale that we actually play. And I can explain why. There are 7 movable scale patterns that will take you all up and down the neck. Highly organized system that I've come up with. We will do those first because with just one of those scales, you can play in any key. Maybe not in any octave, but you can play in any key that you want, any key that comes up. One scale, you can play in any key, okay? And there are 12 different keys. So with the open scales, you would have to know 12 different patterns. So we'll do that later, okay, after you understand it. But we want to get you, I want to get you up and playing as soon as possible in the way that most players play, okay? Most players are going to be using these scales. A lot of bluegrass players don't use the other ones. They like, country players and bluegrass players really like more open scales, and it does make sense in the way that they work. There's nothing wrong with it. Sounds great. I love it. All right, so that's the lesson on the white notes, okay? The white keys on the piano transferred to the guitar. All right, thanks for watching. Now go practice.